Hello beautiful people of YouTube, Hardworker12 here. This is a brand new 2019 Volkswagen Jetta. I actually have this car as a service loaner right now because my other VW is in the shop, if you can believe that. So I thought I'd do a quick review on this car. This is the new body style, just came out for this year, and I think it's quite good looking. I think stylistically, this is easily the nicest Jetta that they have done since the Mark IV, which was probably the stylistic high point for both the Jetta and maybe even the whole compact car market. This car definitely has a large car look to it. Nice and long, nice lines. Wheels are decent, LED headlights on this one. So let's take a closer look and see what we think. Now, being a compact car, practicality is very, very important, and that's something that this new Jetta does well with as well. The trunk is very large. The back seats fold down, although not quite flat. There is good passenger room in the back seats. And there is good passenger room in the front seats. So for this car and its class, overall I would say practicality, very good. Let's have a look under the hood. Interestingly, you have no big engine cover hiding everything. You can see the cylinder head on this car. Airbox, battery, wow. One thing of note is you still get a dipstick to check your own oil. A lot of German cars are going away from this. You have to do it digitally, which I don't like. So I appreciate the fact that Volkswagen left the dipstick intact on this engine. Interior-wise, the Jetta's nice. The gauges look good. The touchscreen is fine. It's pretty intuitive, easy to use. Not a whole ton of functions on this particular one. You get radio, you get media, which gives you Bluetooth, audio streaming, USB connectivity, etc. It also comes with Apple CarPlay, which is very nice. The HVAC controls are very straightforward. Fan, temperature, air conditioning, defroster, whatever. One thing this car has that I really like is the air distribution. So if I set it about here, it's going to blow on my face. And if I set it about here, it's going to blow on my face and my feet equally. But if I set it about here, I'm going to get 25% of the air on my feet, 75% on my face. And it has that option for all of the different possibilities of air distribution. That's a feature I really like, specifically this one. I wish all cars had that, but they don't. Gear shifter for the automatic, very straightforward. Electronic parking brake, which is a nice touch. This vehicle does have the auto start stop, which is not too obtrusive. You do feel it a little bit, but it's not bad. It is possible to disable it as well if you really hate auto start stop. So there is that. I do really like this super big and sort of unadorned cargo area in between the front seats. It's, you know, got a lot of room for stuff down there. The one thing that it doesn't have that I wish it did is some sort of charging, either a USB port or a 12-volt port. That may be available on other trim levels, but this one doesn't have it, which is a bit of a disappointment because it would be nice to put your phone in there and let it charge. Now on to materials quality, which is overall pretty good. You do have a nice soft touch dash up here, which feels nice. You have kind of a piano black finish on the main portion of the dashboard that finishes the driver, which I like. There are still some cheap plastics, you know, down here. That's pretty cheap. This is pretty cheap feeling. Where you actually touch the door, you have kind of some vinyl inserts here, which is pretty nice. So a little bit of a mixed bag in the interior as far as quality is concerned, but not bad. Pretty representative, I think, for what you're going to get in this day and age. And of course you get the compulsory door pockets that you can fit a nice bottle of water into. That's nice. So overall, the interior is not a terrible place to spend time. Let's drive it. Okay, so driving the Jetta. To sum up the driving experience in this car, I'll use one word: good. It's good enough to drive. The ride is good. The steering is okay. The handling is pretty good. I like the handling on the car, but the steering has a very vague feel on center, especially at highway speeds. So if that's something that would annoy you, or if you do spend a lot of time driving at highway speeds, it's something to consider. Definitely test drive the car and make sure that you can be happy with the way that it drives before you buy it. Do that with any car, but I would definitely give that advice with this one if you do a lot of highway driving. That was actually the first time I drove it. I got on the highway, the freeway, and just really almost was having problems keeping it in the lane. I've now put about 300 miles on the car, and I've driven it on the highway quite a bit, and I've gotten used to it. So it is something that you adapt to. It's probably not a deal breaker, but it is something to consider. Cabin's relatively quiet. The turning radius is good. You can see out of it. You know, it's a quintessential good car to drive. I'm not going to go so far as to call it great, but I am going to call it good. I'm going to call it nice. There's nothing offensive about this car. It really, it's not going to do anything that's really going to put you off. I like the way it looks. The features are fine, a little underwhelming maybe in this particular car. The driving experience is good. It's fine to drive. Fuel economy's fine, acceleration's fine. The 1.4 liter turbo engine in this particular car does its job. It's not an engine with personality, and that's a good and a bad thing, because you don't really feel turbo lag. It takes away from the personality, but it adds to the normalness and the goodness of driving it. Not real peaky, doesn't make a ton of noise. It just does its job. It's there. 8-speed automatic transmission. Smooth, you don't even notice it, which is actually really good for a transmission in a car like this. You don't want to notice it. So my overall impression of the 2019 Jetta is meh. So my underwhelmedness with the driving experience on this car changed a little bit when I found this in the glove box. This is the window sticker for this exact car that I'm driving. Now, as I've mentioned before, I work at a Subaru Volkswagen dealer, but I'm primarily a Subaru salesperson, so I don't keep myself apprised of all the latest product information for the Volkswagens because I don't sell them new. And when I first got this car as a loaner and first walked up to it, with its LED headlights and alloy wheels, I figured it was a mid-level trim level, maybe, $25,000, that kind of thing. But it isn't. This is a base model S with no options on it besides the automatic transmission. So the total MSRP on this car is a cool $20,240. For that money, this is a very, very good value. You get a great looking car that drives fine, is very practical for its class as far as size and everything else, gets good fuel economy, rated 30 city, 40 highway, and comes with Volkswagen's 6-year, 72,000 mile warranty, which is a comprehensive warranty, and that's very competitive. It's basically one of the best warranties you're going to get, maybe outside of Hyundai or Kia, in this class. So when you add it all up, you get a great looking, practical car that drives fine, is very good value for money, has a long warranty, and is a car that I would recommend if you are searching for a compact sedan. I think you should definitely put the Jetta on your list. And if you do, I hope you enjoy it when you drive it. And if you buy one, I hope you love it. Thank you so much for watching my review, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.